All right, we're live for Fireside Chat number 112. So, let's get into what's been going on this week. Um, let's see here. Well, one thing that's going to jump out to people, as I made an announcement for it, is rearrange the server's channels slightly. It's nothing insane. It's really just changing which category you're going to want to navigate to for a few channels. So the WAS uh, Namin has basically been moved inside of the WAS Vigilant. And so now, within the Vigilant, what you'll find is basically all the channels related to different topics of discussion, like food, music, that kind of thing. Meat Hall is there, theme channel is there, all that stuff is there. And under WAS Conqueror, some of you may not actually have that many channels under there, but for those of you that are closer to me, who can see every single channel, there's actually quite a lot of channels in WAS Conqueror. So it features every single house channel. So many houses also have a council channel for their Earl, Prince, and Lord leadership to discuss house matters. And some houses also have additional special lore planning channels too. In addition to the four guilds, Artisans Guild, Engineers Guild, Gladiators Guild, and Historians Guild, and also the two councils that I maintain myself, the Council of Einargyar and the Council of Lords. So, quite a lot in terms of channels underneath Conqueror. You might find that you only can see your house channel, and that's fine. And part of that is an eye towards how recruiting will work, in that you can really easily show your recruit around the server now, because you can say, well, you've got one channel, right, Vigilant, which is going to have most of your general chat channels. Then you've got Conqueror. That's where you're going to go for house, family, that whole side of the clan. And then for the Warband Great Company side, you show them that Warband category. So it helps, I think, distinguish that sort of lineage-based, house-based system of organization from the traditional chain of command and warbands. And yeah, I think as far as balance of channels, it's much better. It might not seem that way, like I said, if you can only see one of those channels, but overall, it's a real nice organizational look. I may not be done with server reorganization. It's something we've been talking about in the all thing about what can we do, what can we remove. I haven't removed any channels yet, but that's something that might happen. I think we have some channels that don't see much use. A lot of stuff that could just be relocated to Mead Hall, essentially. So that's certainly something that we're looking at here. In addition, RLE is still going on. I should be around tonight for a little while if anybody does want to take it. Myself and Solite are the two licensed proctors at this point, hoping to get some more as more people continue to take it and score highly, and therefore become licensed RLE exam proctors, and therefore we should have a wider schedule, more people that you can take it from, so that'll just make everything a lot easier. But obviously encourage everyone to take it. There's currently 3 versions available, A, B, and C. B and C being a little bit shorter and easier, just as I've kind of refined the formula based on feedback and experience with it. But they're all available. And yeah, check out Monolith. It kind of explains that in the recruitment license section pretty clearly how all that stuff works. You can also check out the official recruiting guide, which you'll want to do. That's in rules, by the way. You'll want to do that if you're taking the test regardless. As far as other stuff we're working on, I do want to set up a to-do list channel, and whether that would go in Vigilant, Conqueror, Seeker, or possibly even Cypher. I'm not sure on that, but my plan is to set that up so it gives a clear idea of both what I'm working on and also things that people can help out with and contribute, so that things do get done faster. So for example, we don't have, a lot of things held up because I'm the only one working on them, and then people, asking, well, where's this? How come this hasn't happened? How come this hasn't changed, etc. So hopefully people can actually go and help out with stuff that way and speed things up. In addition, it's a good way to kind of get promoted, get noticed, stuff like that. Certainly, I don't think that's been too much of a problem, but it's always it's kind of one of those things where you often never know if people feel like they're being overlooked, because if they're being overlooked, you're not even talking to them, so they probably will not tell you about it most of the time. So that's sort of a problem I'm always worried about, kind of underneath the surface there. So I want to make sure that people have that opportunity and are aware of that opportunity to kind of make themselves known. And if they feel like, well, I want to get promoted, but I seem to have been overlooked or something like that, well, this is a chance to just step forward and kind of put some work in and make it clear that you're interested in being promoted and helping out the clan further and stuff like that. In addition, let's see. Encyclopedia Bot is another one I've talked about, something I would like to get going in the future. Let's see. Not seeing too much else on my to-do list here. Let me check one or two more sources here. Oh, I did have the new marks come out for the third Hjor thing, so you can check those out in announcements. Those are available in Mark's Gallery. So I might even do this during Court of the High King today, but I'll be looking at some mark boards and yeah, do some mark requests if you would like to receive that new mark. Checking the requests right now. Looks like nobody's posted any, but that link to that Google Doc where you can just request any marks you want or request a mark board if you don't have one is right there in the Marks Gallery channel under WAS Cipher. And let's take a look here. The third hero thing mark is not yet on that Marks guide there, but it is available. I'll be updating the Marks guide pretty soon here, probably. But yeah. That's another thing, actually, I'll probably throw that in the to-do list here. All right. See if I've got anything else that might have been missed. Festival of Hope, I believe I would have talked about last Fireside. If you didn't catch that one, the Yarna program is being expanded, so a way to earn that currency, which is kind of used for WA stuff. There's a lot of plans in the works for warbands to be rolling things out for that. Potentially WA RPG to utilize that currency and a lot of different other stuff, like gambling it on games, earning it in duels, a lot of different cool stuff. So right now it's sort of this pre-early stage where you can kind of start earning it already. And so if anybody wants to go ahead and start claiming that, that would be pretty cool. That's all available. And let's see if there's anything else here that may not have gone over. Let's see. Oh, well, we had the Champions of Yggdrasil Grey Company roll out, of course. So that was just a couple of days ago here. So Conundrum is serving as the first Jarl there, but that is Anarian's Mjolnir's Chosen, as well as Khan's Hell's Raiders that are both part of that new great company that has been established. So, yeah, with that, Host of the High King is gone. It doesn't exist anymore. It's not like it doesn't exist because there's no warbands in it. The concept is just being dissolved as well. So every warband now will be in a great company, as it is right now. The only exception is Vafthrudnir's Acolytes, which is currently a free-floating warband. I think that's the plan there. Doesn't make too much sense to kind of move it between warbands or anything like that. So Vafthrudnir's purpose is pretty similar. Recruits, as you know, changed a few months back. You don't need to put recruits in Vafthrudnir's. It's just there if you would like to. So the idea being that we can help teach new recruits, or if you're not sure which warband they should go in, or they aren't sure, they want to take their time to choose. It's sort of that kind of waiting room, waiting zone. So if anybody's kind of in a holding pattern or trying to think things over, if you have old members returning, they're not quite sure what's going on, anything like that. If you're confused or not sure, generally putting recruits in Vafthrudnir's is a great way to go because they can always transfer and join a warband later. Of course, they can do that, period. But Vafthrudnir's is just kind of specifically for that purpose as well, if anyone wants to take advantage of it. And people are welcome to transfer to Vafthrudnir's to help both with running the warband, but also its main task of helping new recruits and returning members and uncertain members, and teaching people about WA as well. So we're certainly willing to look at transfers for that. And if people do join Vafthrudnir's, there's no pressure. You don't have to transfer out. but it's something that we'll be talking to everybody in the warband about. When they reach warrior or when they've been in the warband a while, just to see if it's something they're interested in. If not, it's not a big deal. But that's kind of the standard approach. So yeah, Champions of Yggdrasil did roll out here. In going with that, I did have to do a lot of adjustments on permissions in the server. So I intend to do one big sweep through where I double check everything, double check all those permissions to make sure everything is good. But if you find you don't have access to something or any kind of inconsistencies or problems, do let me know about that. It's definitely possible. There's a lot of variables at play there. So I'd like to fix that if anybody does spot anything. But aside from that, I think that is about it. So we'll go ahead and sign off here, and we'll have Court of the High King here a little later on. And basically, yeah, I think the plan is to do a little bit of Mark's work, something like that. We'll see how things go. We'll kind of play it by ear. But otherwise, Fireside Chat number 113 should be back at the normal time. Next week, I believe, let me double check on that. I believe the 23rd, we will actually move to the 24th, so we'll have a Fireside there on that Friday, if I'm not mistaken. Give me just a second here. Actually, I don't see it here. But yeah, I believe that's the case. Where so next week we'll be at the normal time, but the week after that, I think we'll be on a Friday one. But yeah, let me know if anyone does want to register for the RLE, if you're registered, if you want to take it, anything like that. And yeah, we'll go ahead and I should be available for that this evening. Otherwise, back for Fireside Chat number 113 next Thursday at 5 p.m. And we'll be back online for court here in a few minutes.